Define yourself. Will you impact the future? Will you lead the pack? Will you engage the world? Will you find the cure? Will you be the hope? So, will you? Come see how St. John students are changing the world every day. Visit us today.
Hello, my little PogChamps, and welcome back once again to EGFC season, whichever one we're in, but week number 5. I do know that off the top of my head. Season 3. I'm Duramgo, coming to you live with my incredible, lovely, amazing co-caster, Fia9S, the one and only. Sean, how are you doing today, buddy?
Doing good. We are here for more high-octane collegiate smash action here at EGFC. We have St. John's University versus Rider University being our first series of the day. I'm very excited. Both of these schools have a lot to offer. I believe both are coming off pretty good weeks from last week, if I recall correctly. Yes, Rider University actually had a blowout against Niagara University last week. And St. John's also coming off a W too, so we're going to see two pretty stacked schools going up against each other. And to start off, we got Playmaker versus Swizzle. Swizzle going to be on that Kirby, while Playmaker's going to be on that ZSS. And I am a fibber. We're not picking this stage.
It seems like there's a little bit of an oopsie, but you know,
Get it
it
out
happens. Get him out of here. Happens to the best of us. But yeah, no, it seems like we both have some pretty stacked rosters today. Representing St. John's University, we have Playmaker, Mr. Saturn, EJJ, Thitco, and Tendo. Representing Rider University, we have Swizzle, Poncho, TLA, Majestic, and Fiery Dark Blood, which is such a sick tag. It's so excessive and over the top, and I love it.
We need X's. We need X's in front and after that tag for the Xbox.
Yeah.
Flair right there.
Anytime Fiery Dark Blood goes on stream today, I want to see capital X, lowercase x, capital X, underscore Fiery Dark Blood, and then underscore capital, underscore, lowercase capital. That's going to be the tag.
Yeah, but ZSS and Kirby, very interesting matchup. You know, I feel like Zero Suit obviously very clearly does win that matchup, but I feel like it's a little harder for ZSS against shorter characters because the amount of precision you have to have with a lot of her pokes and hits is quite a bit. So I need to see how Playmaker's going to operate around landing on Swizzle, because landing on Kirby can be tough. This character actually does have some pretty decent early percent combo game.
That's true, but it's also kind of like ZSS Kirby, right? So you got all these nice little safe pokes, you got your Zilli, you got some of the best jump-ins in a game, you got beautiful airspeed, so you can kind of play back through the majority of that game, setting up a grab, maybe trying to get a jump lead with that rising forwarder. But it's really important to remember that in this matchup, rising aerials are not going to be nearly as effective, since it won't be able to hit Kirby when he's on the ground.
Oh yeah. If Kirby's in the air, ZSS just gets those combos off. You know, the airspeed combined with, you know, how big her hitboxes can be in the air with those kicks she's got on right there. It's going to be tough for my man Swizzle if he can't establish an early lead.
I love the idea that Swizzle went for it, but then just ended up swinging in the wrong direction. Drag down air for Kirby is going to be one of the biggest ways that you can get damage, but it's so difficult to even get that close on ZSS.
Oh yeah. Okay, we're seeing trying to fish for that win condition right there in that plasma whip right there. I don't know if it's going to kill that early. Might kill around this percent, given how light Kirby is and how much rage is built up on ZSS already.
And again, falling and rising aerials in general it's going to be difficult to connect anything on Kirby. That back heel whiffing right above Kirby as he does end up pancaking. That side B is, of course, going to be able to take it. Kirby, so light.
And I think that's probably going to be the most reliable win condition here, unless Playmaker's going to be able to pick Swizzle out of the air. But now, Playmaker with a little bit of a lead, they can really just they don't really have to overcommit at this point. They can really just operate very safely out of Kirby's danger zone without too much fear, to be honest.
Considering just like how much space that hitbox covers, you know, it's able to hit the ground, it's able to catch him jumping in, it's safe on shield, but a good down smash is going to be able to clean up that first stock. But gotta say, Playmaker keeps finding so many of these grabs.
I love that. It takes really someone who's a lot more disciplined with ZSS to go for back throws there. You know, not the truest combo, but It can really catch people off guard. I see a lot of people do forward throw to set up tech chase situations a lot of the time. I like the back throw option select right there. That was really good.
Just like that patience from shield, but O'Swizzle's like tendency to catch that next out of shield option was so smart. You know, if you don't really have like the best way to poke them, or you really want to be able to get another hit afterwards, sometimes it's best to punish the next option.
Oh yeah. All right, though, just getting little chip hits here and there. It seems like Playmaker is very acutely aware of what ZSS's mission is against Kirby in particular.
Oh no, and a bit of maybe like, you know, just a bit of a misinput there. Unfortunately, not going to be able to get a big punish on that up B, which should usually be such a huge opening. O'Swizzle needs a safe way to be able to land. That aggressive recovery was so smart, but then the final hit of side B is all that Playmaker needs.
It's so tough to... Okay, well, I guess... Never mind. I was literally about to say, it's so tough to know what exactly Kirby is supposed to be looking for in this matchup, but I think O'Swizzle's got it. I think catching those landings, making sure you get the most out of your interactions while ZSS is in close quarters with you, and trying to pick her out of the air, because some ZSSs have habits, like flip kicking a little too within the range of their opponent, that you can call her out for it if you're just able to get a solid read on it.
And O'Swizzle's going through like a lot of preemptive downers to maybe cover that flip kick. But speaking of flip kick, Playmaker, you know what? I'm gonna say it, making a play and found that stock with really confident flip kick.
I knew that was coming. I just didn't know you would be the first one to to pull the trigger there. Usually I'm the funny haha pun guy, but
wow,
I'm here for it. I'm here for it, Dara.
It's just like a nail flip kick, the classic, the all reliable.
The classic, the all reliable.
The Playmaker even.
The old Bessie. That was so good right there by Playmaker. And yeah, just so consistent with the win condition consistently. Like, I don't think O'Swizzle was living past 130 for a single stock there. You know, and that ZSS does have her win conditions. You know, it's what, in my opinion, makes some of the top tiers in this game is having multiple ways you can see a lot of stock and really moves that can encompass winning scenarios amongst the vast cast that Ultimate has to offer.
And oh my goodness, that delayed up from O'Swizzle was so smart. Actually, I wanna see that one more time because that was pretty cool. They like jumped to threaten Playmaker's shield, dropped back down, and then just like got like another up air. Yeah, nice.
How was your Halloween, Dara? Did you have a good Halloween? What did everybody do for Halloween in the chat right now? Did you dress up? Did you have a costume in mind? I need to know. I need to know what you guys were for Halloween. I was Joker from Persona 5. I casted Brawlhalla, not Smash Brothers. Did I coach anybody? Our technical director says. Coach anybody? Oh, it's all coming together now.
It's all coming together.
It's all coming together.
A little bit of an inside joke for production here, so everybody.
I think I would do. You know what? I think Joker himself would be able to coach MKLeo pretty well. Can you do the move where I do the kicks? And MKLeo would be like C. And then he'll do it.
Game 2. Playmaker and O'Swizzle. This time opting to go for the Town and City. I think this is an interesting stage choice. At the end of the day, this matchup is still going to boil down to the fact that Kirby is not so good, especially when it comes to dealing with disjoints, especially when it comes to dealing with high mobility characters, especially with somebody with so many different win conditions like ZSS. O'Swizzle, like, you saw they lost to one interaction at 30% and then lost their stock last game.
It's so sad that Kirby didn't get buffed, at least for the Kirby mains. I'm not too broken up about it, but it's very sad that other pink round characters in this game got buffs for what might have been one of the last patches.
Jigglypuff is so cute. You leave Jigglypuff alone.
Give Kirby a chair. Yeah, give Kirby a chair. Give Kirby jab back here, please. That would be so funny.
Oh goodness, I love the high recovery for the O'Swizzle, but once again, as Kirby, you are so slow in the air. You don't have any air speed at all, basically, right? So you're basically a big floaty target that all that your opponent needs to do is run up to you and swing at you.
Yeah, Playmaker knows the assignment. You know, knows exactly what they need to be doing. Managing to get very consecutive hits on O'Swizzle repeatedly. Like, it's insane to have, like, some matchups can present difficulty for top tier players because you don't see them as often. Like, how many Kirby players are you really going to be fighting out there? if you're a ZSS main.
Not a whole lot, but
Not
this
many.
also just feels like such a good matchup that this is not something that you always need to know the exact intricacies of, because look what Playmaker's doing. Keeping away, pressing Zera inside, being really safe spaces, and that's basically all there is to it. They're not getting hit, and Oswizzle is struggling so much to initiate, but they do catch one vital landing, they get that lead, and they found the stock.
It's forcing Oswizzle in positions where Oswizzle has to approach consistently, and if there's one thing that Kirby is most certainly not known for, it's approaching.
He has to.
This is a character you camp. This is a character you do not want to engage with or interact with. This is a character where you're like, my character's better. I don't have to play with you. You have to come to me.
I like the idea from Playmaker to go for the side B there, but not active enough to just to be able to scoop up Oswizzle. I like that side B because it sort of establish a bit of a 50-50. Had Oswizzle landed or mashed a button at all, air dodge or any attack, that side B would have easily connected. But that up smash, more than enough to do it. This is looking tough.
Oh yeah. Oswizzle just really trying to get something started here. Opting to jump a lot more now, and I understand that reasoning just because it's a quicker way for you to really get in on your opponent and force your aerial options and aggressive attacks onward.
Yeah.
That being said, that there's a character that excels in the air, it's ZSS.
It's ZSS. She just jumps at you. She's got that back heel. Kirby, you have to keep opting to go for these low recoveries because the last thing high recoveries, because the last thing you want to do is be ledge trapped by ZSS. But on Town and City, with those so narrow blast zones, and as Kirby, as one of the lightest in the game, you are just gonskis.
It's true. You're out. You're out. 3 strikes. That's going to give St. John's a little bit of a nice little 5-point lead to start us off here. So Rider University definitely going to have to make a comeback here. Good effort from Oswizzle. It's, sometimes you just get, in this format, you get matchups sometimes. You fight the one player on the other school. Because that's the thing about these, quote-unquote crew battles, is that you have a large variety of characters to typically choose from. There's only a few schools that have duplicate representatives of their characters. So you could get pinned against a random top tier. You could get pinned against a Bowser. You could get matched up.
Pinned against a Corrin even. And with that being said,
that was a good one.
Thank you. I'm glad. I was gonna move along with it and be all inconspicuous.
You're so cool.
I used inconspicuous.
You did. That was correct.
Nice.
Very good, dog. Very good.
I had to jump in there and do it before you did it because I know your brain was immediately gonna jump to.
I love how we're both wearing hoodies today too. It's fall. Fall is really hitting now. I checked the weather for today. It's 50 degrees. I was like, yeah, we're bundling up today. Inconspicuous, Durango.
With that being said, we're gonna quickly cut to a little break as we wait for the next 2 opponents to jump into the ring. So don't go anywhere quite yet, my little pog champs. We'll see you in a bit. Hello, my little pod champs, and we are once again back with EGFC Season 3. We got St. John's going up against Ryder, and Mr. Saturn going up against Majestic of playing Link and Mega Man respectively.
For a tag like Mr. Saturn, you think maybe they wouldn't be playing Link?
You would
Maybe
think
they'd be
so.
playing a different character on the roster who has Mr. Saturn in their team.
Perhaps a little Ness, maybe a little Lucas. Maybe a little Miganu, even. But that's okay. I feel like this is a really interesting matchup.
There you go. That's much better. Yeah, Majestic, probably one of the stronger players on Ryder, in my opinion. I always like to see Mega Man at this level because he's not the easiest character to play. That being said, though, this is St. John's, very, very reputable school in one of the best regions in the entire world. So you got to be careful. And Mr. Saturn looking like knowing what to do so far, throwing boomerangs to really circumvent that mid-range in terms of projectiles that Mega Man provides, and also using that nair to really find his way in diagonally in a lot of these situations.
They're both opting to play this one really, really patiently. Nobody too willing to commit to anything too big. Just going for the safest projectiles and do disjoints and constantly jumping around each other. So it's gonna take a second for them to feel each other out before they can start confidently going in.
Oh yeah. And I like these trades on Mr. Saturn's part. Most of your early game against Mega Man is going to be trading just by virtue of the projectiles coming at you. Oh my god, that was so risky. Didn't even pop a nair through it or anything like that. And that's going to be the first stock right there. Really greedy by Mr. Saturn to...
I would disagree that was greedy. I think that up B was meant to be as a bit of a mix-up to go to the side, because Mega Man would either try to down air right by the ledge or a little bit past it. Right? So it's just possible that they just got the option right, that they were just on a second level of Yomi.
Well, I'm saying the aerial drift nair in was very greedy. Normally you don't want to commit to an aerial from that far away, from drifting that far in, because once you pop the move, your aerial drift, that's what it's going to be. That's what you're committing to fully at that point. And Majestic was able to pretty much read that from a mile away, or just react to it from a mile away. And that's what lets that whole edge guard situation right there.
Absolutely. I like all of this safe pressure with the lemons, just constantly throwing them out, especially when retreating. There is not a whole lot that Link can confidently do much about.
I love how we all universally call them lemons, even though they're probably just pellets or something. I don't know what the hell they're called in Mega Man, probably power pellets or something, but...
Listen, they look like lemons. I say it how it is. I see it, so I say
agree.
lemons.
I agree. I just think it's funny. Alright, though. Mr. Saturn gonna have to watch their landings a little bit. I've noticed they've been really getting called out pretty hard by Majestic for landings. If you are gonna land on Mega Man, you want to do so diagonally or use a projectile, because a lot of his projectile game is linear. He can only really shoot in a straight line with anything he's throwing out.
But yeah, just constantly backing up, dashing away. Both of them just opting to continuously play this patiently. Really good up tilt and a beautiful bomb. This is going to be such a fantastic situation for Mr. Saturn. Here's the time to be able to close it out. Wow. Down air has always a deceptively low amount of end lag. That thing is tricky.
It's insane. A lot of moves in this game, you're like, oh, he whiffed. I'm totally going to commit here. And that's why you have to know your frame data. You have to know how much end lag a certain move is going to have, and you have to know what your fastest option into punishing it is going to be. And there's some moves in this game you literally just have to respect. You just have to let them hit you on block or just interact with them, and you're like, okay, I can't punish that.
Sometimes you just got to see it happen. You got to see that unfold and be like, you know what? We'll just turn another page. I'm not going to try to reread that same chapter. But right now, I like the idea to use the bomb as a bit of coverage for themselves. Gets the drag down back here into the F-tilt. Wow.
Ooh, okay. And I like this healthy range that Mr. Saturn's been keeping across Majestic. Majestic's kind of the one who's been forced to really approach a lot of this time, and Mr. Saturn just kind of hanging super far back, shooting these really long distance projectiles, smash throwing that boomerang.
I feel like some of Majestic's approaches are getting really aggressive in some places where, Mr. Saturn is just sitting there waiting in shield, and they press an up smash or an up B or a down smash, and then it just ends up connecting because Majestic keeps swinging.
Oh yeah. Alright. Just neutral, projectile neutral. This is how these two have chosen to engage with each other. I feel like Majestic has to be a little bit more scrappy when getting in, because when you're at a deficit, trading back and forth with Mega Man and waiting for your kill, that's only going to really net Link more damage in the long run. So you kind of have to start making some plays happen here.
Well, I like that idea, but just stuck in too much end lag with the bomb detonations just to be able to follow up off of that. Really, anything from either of these players can kill at this point. It's Link. They're going to sit in shield. They're going to try to get an up B.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe a nice edge guard.
Yeah, a lot of Link gameplay is literally just reactive. I think this back throw should kill here. No, not quite yet. Just actually out of the range of it killing right there. But excellent F smash right there. Actually, I think a full commit to double jumping right there for Mr. Saturn.
And in a point-based system, just being able to take out that stock is really, really important. Because even though this game is looking, it's impossible for Majestic to come back from unless they pull a fast one. Just by virtue of closing it out a little tiny bit, you've done a good job. Wow.
And yeah, Mr. Saturn just chipping away at Majestic consistently, and it definitely paid off over time. They were getting more substantial damage off of these interactions a lot of the time. Majestic really didn't have a solid answer to all the projectile pressure. It wasn't blocking enough. I think it might have. It has an initial hitbox when you do throw it, like the physical bomb itself has a hitbox. So yeah, see, did that actually 2-frame?
Let's go back a couple of frames.
That's actually insane. I don't know what the hitbox on that bomb is either, but it definitely hit him. Yeah, 2 frames.
It is. That's a 2-frame animation, baby.
There you go. And the bomb hitting itself does confirm into the detonation of it as well. So really, really good, solid lob right there from Mr. Saturn.
Yeah, well, that's not a particularly often one that you see, like, no, especially from a throw. Usually it's like the slow, like, Z drop bomb that you see, like, do that, because it's like slower, so it's a little bit more active at the ledge, so it has like more opportunities to 2-frame. But that timing, just to be able to 2-frame it there, that was pretty tight. That was awesome. Oh, yeah.
Very cool stuff right there from Mr. Saturn. Yeah, it really that was really an expert class in nailing timing right there. Honestly, you know, I'm sure Mr. Saturn just wanted to get the bomb situated over the ledge right there, but the arc that it was thrown at was perfect. That was fantastic right there. Fantastic spacing.
I feel like for the entirety of that game, Majestic really never got to do like the big Mega Man damage stuff, right? Which is, you get a down throw, that's going to be a couple of forwarders, or you get Metal Blade. Can you get Metal Blade conversions? Can you hit their shield with it? And while they're stuck in all that shield stun, can you go up and get a grab? Majestic, I feel like just sort of opted to play much more of a zony game than it is to like set up traps and follow-ups.
We are headed to Smashville for this next game, so a little bit of a smaller stage, less real estate for Majestic to really close distance right here. I definitely agree with this counter pick a ton. That being said, Link, a character with pretty quick frame data on his normals as well. Nair is pretty quick, back air when used adequately is really good. So this character can still has some nice boxing tools to really deal with characters like Mega Man. So
no, absolutely.
Truly a man who could do both.
Link's neutral is everything you need in this matchup.
Oh, yeah.
Because it will hit through everything, especially when you rely on all those little lemons. That's the juicer.
That's the juicer. I don't know why the term juicer made me laugh. Either way, though, yeah, that I don't know what Link has under his pant leg right there that lets him just power through everything with that kick.
It's something. That's all I'd be able to tell you. Mr. Saturn's
does he have in the wild to help him out with that?
Mr. Saturn's ability just to like track people off stage, get like all of the snipes that they need, you know, all that chip damage just kind of ends up really like adding up towards the end. Being really patient around these F smashes, I can't help but feel like Majestic is sometimes fishing for it.
Oh yeah. I mean, they are a good option to threaten. You know, you're not really losing too much from it unless you do it like a little too close. It's just become a very linear option right here, and I feel like Majestic needs to start exploring other options. Oh, they could have just done another up smash, but back air right there going to be adequate enough to take that stock off.
But yeah, no, Majestic like whiffed like 3 F smashes consecutively in Mr. Saturn's face and got poked for every single one of those. Mega Man has a lot of different ways to kill outside of, you know, just throwing out F smash. So you got to be able to get creative with it. You can't always get too predictable with it.
All right, though, good up B out of shield right there, punishing the end of leaf shield. A lot of players really don't know how to respect that move, and you just gotta wait. You just gotta wait it out. There is an opportunity as Mega Man throws that leaf shield at you to punish it. It's a very annoying move. It does a good job covering Mega Man's landings if used in a B reverse. So definitely watch out for that move.
Oh, just catching the air dodge, and I like what Majestic was going for, but, you know, the Metal Blade may be just a little bit too slow of an option. That Metal Blade not going to be really covering much and gave Mr. Saturn the time that they needed just to be able to get back up on their feet.
You know, we're starting to see the stage definitely come into play here for Majestic. You know, PS2, the widest stage in this entire game. You know, don't be fooled by that. It has the biggest horizontal length. And it allowed Mr. Saturn to really keep spacing with the boomerang, but on a stage like Smashville where the interactions are plenty, it becomes a lot harder to really keep that safe spacing game since Mega Man's projectiles have that additional reach. Like, look at how far these leaf shields are going, these F smashes are going. Lemon covers literally like half the stage, so you gotta be careful.
Yeah, Mega Man definitely prioritizes like faster, quicker, short to mid-range projectiles, while Link likes his longer distance ones that take a little bit more startup sometimes, right?
Oh, yeah.
So just by virtue of that, Majestic has been getting up and close to Mr. Saturn a whole lot more. I really like that F smash, but I really like Majestic's landing even more. Kept himself safe.
Oh, yeah. All right, back air coming out right there from Majestic. Great edge guard right there. That was fantastic. It's really those opportunities Mega Man needs off stage. You know, you can get all that chip damage on stage, but your big finishers are typically going to be up smash or back air, and even a dare if the recovery hits just right.
Yeah, that Metal Blade downwards also like kind of scared Mr. Saturn to immediately opt for up B, and then Majestic just went ahead and punished it. So just by virtue of pressuring with that Metal Blade, that's all that they needed. Now Mr. Saturn fishing maybe a little bit for this kill. They're trying to find the jump in with a nair or a falling back hit.
Yeah, you can't be that too trigger happy, honestly, when it comes to that up B right there. If that's netting Majestic a lot of the punishes, maybe, you know, just, again, know what moves you have to respect, know when you can pull that trigger. Up B, pretty quick move to deploy right there, so you should be able to react more than well enough if your opponent's hitting your shield unsafely.
I like that back kill into the F tilt, but I'm just curious why Mr. Saturn didn't go for like back kill up B, because that seems to be the more traditional Link follow-up.
Oh my, and they're just getting caught with all this chip damage right now. Managing to barely make it back though. Yeah, and again, these aggressive landings with Nair, you really don't want to pop them, you know, that early.
Almost lands into it again, but a really excellent punish this time around. And another snipe with the bomb. Mr. Saturn has the angles on point, but they have a lot of damage to come back from.
There's still a chance here, though. You know, stocks against Mega Man can be pretty slow as long as Mr. Saturn doesn't put himself in a situation where he's unsafe on landing, or perhaps, I was going to say maybe he could close that game out, but that is going to be a game in the corner of Majestic. But remember, Mr. Saturn did win game 1, so they do have, St. John's does have the counter pick stage advantage here. So
Mega Man won only one thing, and it's absolutely disgusting.
F smash. I can't believe that hit. That hit like the back of Link on landing right there. That was wild. And that's a lot of knockback, you know, even the babyest charge of that move, you know, at high percentages, that's gonna hit you. It's still
like
smash attack.
It's like one of those smashes that like the properties change, like the more it's charged, rather than like always looking for the damage to scale. Another really good example of that is like Snake Up Smash, because I believe the up smash is always exactly the same, but then if you charge it more, it like travels a longer distance. So kind of like operates on that same principle.
I like that edge guard attempt earlier from Mr. Saturn. I wanted to see Mr. Saturn go off stage just a little bit more. And Link Nair is a really good soft confirm into, you know, a double jump Nair or up B or something like that. Reverse up B to make it back to stage. Like, Link does have powerful edge guarding in his normals as well. You know, there's a lot of ways you can threaten space. I feel like Mr. Saturn was pigeonholing themselves into really just throwing bomb off stage and then relying on that primarily for the edge guard. When we were seeing game 1 a lot more mix-ups, we were seeing arrow, we were seeing boomerang. So I don't know. I feel like they got a little too comfy in their game 1 game plan and kind of dropped it that game 2.
Yep, going into game number 3, the biggest thing I just want to see is like, hey, you're at high percent. Up until now, Majestic has only established that they want to see that F smash. And if you're getting into it and you're getting hit, then they have no reason to stop doing so, right? So you need to adapt. You need to know that range that F smash actually covers. Be comfortable in your movement. Jump in that range, see the charge, or you know what, just see the release of it, jump in and try to punish Mega Man for it, or run up and shield, get really, really close to it so that it is unsafe on shield. You can't let Mega Man keep getting away with those, because those F smashes are commitments. They put him into so much lag. You have to punish him for it.
It's true. Yeah, you have to make sure you're punishing adequately, because there's end lag on almost every character in this game. Every character in this game has end lag on certain moves. Believe it or not. Some more blessed with better frame data than others, but in a matchup like this, you have to know what you can punish out of shield, on shield, or just even from a distance. Like, these characters both have projectiles. They should be able to whiff punish certain instances or certain interactions depending on how everything pans out. You just gotta know them. You just have to familiarize yourself with them. And granted, you know, not a lot of people play. We're not seeing too much Link in the meta lately. We're not seeing too much Mega Man in the meta lately, so you never know. But every region has at least one good Mega Man player, I think, honestly.
Yeah, and it seems
More
like
common
we'll
than
be
you
opting to go for Battlefield. For Mega Man, we saw the bans to PS2, Lilat, and Yoshi's. So really just banning like the two like awkwardly, slightly small stages, but then also PS2. So I guess just, not wanting to go anywhere too big, but then also banning Lilat and Yoshi's
Yeah.
for comfort.
All right, though, and this is going to be a pretty pivotal set here. If Mr. Saturn does end up taking this set, that's going to put St. John's up 2-1. And as we've seen, that's a near winning situation right there. It's like a best of 5, but every game being played is with a different player, essentially, in terms of sets.
Just jumping around, trying to get some pressure. Started with Lemon, Mr. Saturn, setting up an excellent ledge trap. Goes all the way out there.
Ooh,
And the
perfect.
panic air dodge from Majestic. I think they might have wanted to air dodge into their side
yeah.
B to be able to hit back up, but then just did it a little bit too soon.
That's interesting. I've actually never seen that recovery option from Mega Man players before. Albeit it's probably very risky since, there is only a certain timing to crash bomb to really get it off the stage right there. But either way, excellent offstage pressure from Mr. Saturn. Definitely forced Majestic into a situation that they didn't want to be in. And this is a massive lead to have against Mega Man.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. This is so huge, and that early jump was so important for Mr. Saturn because that is how they avoided the down air. They're not getting edge guarded the same way twice.
That was a good stall, too, with the little remote bomb. I don't know if that stalls your jump float a little bit. I feel like it does, because you're not really committing to it. I think it cancels, like, a fast fall momentum or whatever, because it knows you're pressing down B, so it's not, they program the game to not make you input fast fall right there. So that was pretty cool.
And there it is again, just all of those F smashes. Majestic just dropping so much positioning because that only covers people when they're on the ground or when they're just about to hit the ground. But Mr. Saturn is content, sitting on those platforms, chilling and hanging out.
Ooh, gonna get nicked right there, but I love the undershoot, or rather overshoot of the up B right there to get Mr. Saturn back on stage. And oh my god, just barely missing the last hit of that up B to scoop Majestic off stage, and Majestic gonna punish that really well.
But dashing back and forth just a little tiny bit. Mr. Saturn just occupying so much stage control right now. This is looking a little bit tough for Majestic, but now we're seeing some mix-ups. We're seeing more and more jump call-outs, and we're seeing less commitments to F-Smash overall.
All right, Majestic's starting to fight their way back a little bit here. It can be tough. Again, we are seeing these nairs coming out from Mr. Saturn, which are completely nullifying these lemons coming out right here. Oh, wow. I wonder why they went for up smash right there out of shield. On that right there.
Wouldn't be able to tell you, but both of them just going to be whiffing so much in each other's faces, and each time each of them gets like an interaction, I feel like neither of them are able to get like too many hits off of it.
All right, that up B actually saving Mr. Saturn, and all these clanks coming out from these projectiles right here from both players. Majestic's not really getting put in any bad situations right here. Mr. Saturn just kind of opting to turtle them out a little bit, but they are taking a lot of residual chip damage because of it.
We're setting up a really good juggle with some of those up airs. That kind of damage can pile on so quickly. But again, you have all of that momentum. You have the ability to pressure an opponent, and then you sit there and try to go for an overly telegraphed option. You just give Mr. Saturn so much time to punish it.
Okay, up out of shield, not going to get the sweet spot on that right there, so Majestic is going to live to see another day. I'm surprised we're not seeing more grabs coming out from Mr. Saturn. We see a lot of Link players really condition with their projectiles to kind of force shielding from players so they can get these shield grabs from these mid-ranges. And oh my god, what an unfortunate jump.
I think they jumped.
Yeah, they jumped.
That's like the basic goal to apply to Mega Man up here. Like, you got hit by it, try to hold out. The last thing you want to do is jump, because then you dunskies.
You gotta hold that one.
Yeah.
If you try to get out of it too quickly, you're gonna be finding yourselves in that top blast zone in no time. So this is really Majestic's shot now to make a comeback here. They've gotten the stock deficit down, and now really it's just about dealing more damage to Mr. Saturn and finding these edgeguard situations. This is really good stage control right now for Majestic.
Now, Majestic just keeps on pressuring Mr. Saturn with a lot of projectiles. I feel like they're just not too comfortable when it comes to moving around them gently. Really just like knowing when you can dash in, when you can jump, when you should walk and shield, etc.
It was a very weirdly placed crash bomb. It actually didn't shoot. It like shot high enough to go over the stage, so it was placed vertically on the ground, which is something you almost never see from Crash Bomber. You never see it really just lying on the ground like that. And because Mr. Saturn hit it, he actually blew up because of it.
Interesting.
It's so weird.
Oh, just exchanging it back and forth. But Majestic is going to be the one to win that interaction. You got to recognize those instances because sometimes you can convert off of it and get like a back hit.
Oh.
Nope.
Great jump right there. So that F smash can hit below ledge, I believe, if your ledge hang isn't really good enough. So I think the only character that can probably avoid that is like Ganondorf and certain other characters with like very little hurt boxes showing over the ledge hang right there. So really good jump from Mr. Saturn right there to get out of that.
Yeah, and again, Majestic's doing that thing. They're really looking for those F smashes, and Mr. Saturn is not taking enough advantage of them. Because you see that thing whiff, you don't need to go back to where you were. You can go back on stage. You can jump over the Mega Man. You can get a hit. You can do it.
And Mr. Saturn is trying to jump over these small... Oh my god, is that going to be it? Wow, it is going to be it right there. Excellent dash attack coming out right there from Mr. Saturn, catching that dash back or roll back on Majestic and gonna close out this set. So St. John's is now gonna go up 2-6-1 against Ryder. Looking kind of scary for Ryder here.
Yeah, though, this is a really, really good lead for St. John's, but I feel like the biggest takeaway for both of these players is just like, you know, knowing your openings a little bit more, especially like when Mega Man like, you know, hits your shield with Leaf Shield. All that you need to do is just hold shield and wait it out, and then as soon as he releases the projectile, you can punish it. If you see Mega Man whiff F smash like that over and over, take advantage of the situation. Get a little bit closer, try to jump in. You have so many different options that you can employ.
It's true. And yeah, what a very close last stock between both players. But Mr. Saturn just managing to eke it out. I can't believe this jump right here. Yeah, totally double jumped right out of that and found themselves off the top blast zone right there. That was quite unfortunate, I gotta say, for Mr. Saturn right there. But managed to clean it up.
That looks so silly.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. Oh jeez.
Yeah, great dash attack right there to catch the dash back right there. And with that, we are going to shoot to a quick break as we head into our third set next, so please stay tuned.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. This time around, we got Thitco representing St. John's University going up against Poncho from Rider University. St. John's is currently up 9-1, so a pretty nice lead. Sean, you got some moves.
Very Caucasian. Thank you, though, Dar. I appreciate it. These are my de facto dance moves when social anxiety overtakes me, and I'm like, I have no clue what to do, so I'll just let the brain rot do the moving for me. So, give him a little whip, give him a little nay-nay, give him a little... I need a Vine Thud sound effect every time. Oh! This is the wrong song, though, for this.
Yeah, maybe any other song, any other time that we were on the campus would have been a good time for you to show us up, for you to show it off a little bit. I struggle with the same exact issue too. You know, the only time that you see me dancing and schmoovin' is in Smash. With that being said,
I dance a lot though when no one's watching, like when I'm just like bumping music and like in the shower, getting out of it, or like alone. No one can see me. I'd be popping and locking all over the place. It's crazy, but man, I cannot think of a worse matchup to start off. It just looks like St. John's has been counterpicking Ryder unintentionally. Are you sure that's not Mr. L? Is this
look at
really
these back air chains. This is just how you gotta play Pikachu. You get those back airs, you get Cloud off stage, and then look at that nasty position. Because Pikachu has some of the best like early percent combos, not just in their damage output, but how consistent they can be, and how often they just get you off stage.
Not no St. John's had 2 Pikachu players, which is crazy. But yeah, this matchup can be pretty important at times. If Cloud is caught jumping in the wrong area, Pikachu can really do that. All these whiff punishes coming out right now. Pikachu, one of the strongest whiff punishers. There's a reason why this character is lauded as being potentially top 3. Very difficult character to play in terms of you have to really respect what your opponent's doing and you can't really opt to trade with them too often. But this character is a menace to the upper echelons of the cast, and any character visibly taller than her.
This momentum from Thitco is just actually unstoppable. Every single hit that they've been going for has been connecting. Every single grab, every single one of their conversions, they are chilling, they are hanging out. Beautiful grab, once again goes for the down throw. No down B attempt, but instead, you know, it still finds a dash attack. Oh goodness.
All right, good aerial cross slash. You know, Poncho also being a very good player in their own right from Ryder, but it just seems like St. John's had the matchup advantage this entire time. They've just really just such a strong, like, you had Zero Suit, Link. You know, I'm liking this. People are picking good characters. They're picking top tiers or characters with swords, and I'm a fan of it. I'm here for it. Here for the top tier agenda.
You owe it to yourself to do that, but you know, back here for a little tiny bit of stage control. Oh goodness. Oh boy.
Oh my god, that could be a stock. If they double jumped it, it looks like they did. Poncho gonna be getting 3 stocked by Thitco. If there's time for a character counter pick or just a way to play more grounded, I think Poncho is gonna have to do that. I think Poncho just got caught jumping way too much that first game. And they're gonna have to opt to do more grounded options like dash back, cross slash, or wait for Pikachu to hit their shield. You know, there definitely are ways for taller characters to contest with Pika, and Cloud is definitely a character that loves to jump. I just feel like there has to be a fundamental gameplay adjustment here.
Yeah, I thought you gotta really know what Pikachu wants. Pikachu wants those early percent back kills, especially against Cloud. Like, you know, it's maybe a little bit more important to go through those instead of like your lightning loops with like drag down neutralize. Wow, what happened here?
They fell out. Either the DI or just how Thitco was drifting, all the hits of fair did not connect there. That was happening so much to me on the lead smash the other day. For those of you who don't know, I'm currently undergoing a quest to pick up a top tier character because I play Ness, and Ness is good, but in my opinion, no character in this game is 100% solo viable. So I have been trying to find the yin to my yang, and Pikachu is definitely a good character that covers a lot of Ness's bad matchups. And my god, that character just doesn't work sometimes.
Speaking of Ness, I just would like everybody to see my lovely sweater.
It's a good hoodie.
Over here, my nice little hoodie.
I said I hated it, but I think it's growing on me.
Yeah. There's something so cringe about it that it becomes endearing.
It's funny. It's just funny.
There is a huge flex on behalf of Thitco. You know what they did after they won game 1? They said, no bans.
That's the option. You know what? I like that option select. No bans. Take me anywhere. Put me anywhere. I'll still
Put me anywhere you want. I'll still be good. Yep. if you do that, sometimes I throw that out, like every now and then, just like at people after they win my game one, because it's like a display of confidence. But then also it is kind of like Cloud Pikachu, so it's really no matter which stage that you do take Pikachu to, it's still gonna be Cloud Pikachu. You get hit with one back, you get hit with one forward, you get hit with one falling up, and Titko's just gonna be able to kill you all the way off stage, and then inevitably edge guard you.
I think, personally, I think no bans is a good way to, like, if you're looking to figure out, like, oh man, I don't know what to ban in this matchup, definitely pay attention. Like, if you do want to throw out a no bans occasionally, and see what your opponent picks, and they're playing a character where you're like, I have no clue what to ban against this character, you'll know what to ban in the future because they'll pick their best stage. Usually, a lot of players don't really pay attention to the matchup sometimes, and will just opt to pick their favorite character's best stage or what they perceive to be your worst stage.
Yeah, and back on Yoshi's story, this is just going to be such a difficult time for you just to be able to get off of the sledge. I like the idea from Titko to go through that, but then Poncho just ending up DIing in.
Looking a little bit better this game, too, for Poncho. It looks like they are standing it. That was a hard call-out right there from Poncho. And we do have Limit on deck. Just going to opt to let it rip right away. But you got to be careful. You know, again, Pika, one of the greatest whiff punishers in this entire game. You really don't want to be caught messing up. Don't want to be caught slipping in front of this man.
Gets back to it for a bit of stage control, and those T-jolts so good, especially on a stage with walls, because if you just hit like the walls, the T-jolt will still climb up, it'll still be out there, it'll still poke you.
This was a definitely interesting counter pick. This was not the stage I anticipated. I think Poncho was more so worried about getting camped out by T-jolt, or just wanted more verticality off of combo game, or maybe a wall jump to help them on recovery. This is a pretty good Pika stage too, honestly. There's not much space from on stage to off stage. Yeah, I saw that.
That's not who I thought. Oh my goodness. That dash attack didn't even kill either. I'm so surprised. But that forward air is going to be able to do it, of course. I'm so surprised that the down air was the move that actually connected in that interaction. I was so confident that was going to be the F smash.
All right, now I think we were starting to see a little bit of a bridge coming out right there from Thitko, but Poncho doing a lot better of a job this game, not really trying to contest space, but again, getting called out for jumping. It's tough. If you are going to jump against Pika, I definitely recommend doing it at a little bit further than mid-range, because you do have that sword to work with, so you can still sweet spot with it. It's just tough. It's just tough. Cloud likes jumping. Pikachu likes catching characters who jump.
That dash attack was so huge. That forward air is not going to be able to do it quite yet. I like this attempt just to go high recover as much as you can. If I was Poncho, I'd have just gone through the double hit. I would have just said, you know what, I'm down in percent, I'm going to just do it.
All right, big attempts out here from Poncho to really get Titko off stage, but no dice, really. You know, just feeling him out. I'm liking how Poncho is playing this a beat slower, though. You know, we were seeing a lot of Poncho trying to force the situation game one. Not so much this game. Now they're really playing second beat a lot of the time.
Titko now is just like initiating really too much, maybe just like waiting for Poncho to overcommit in some places. I'm surprised that they got like grabbed that through the back here, maybe they just held onto their shield, but either way, really confident lead for themselves right now, and honestly, this is the worst place to be against Pika.
Oh boy.
Because look what Pika did.
Oh, I love that up air. That up air could have really led into something if Poncho didn't DI it correctly or just didn't get hit that high up. That was a really good up air right there. Man, the washing machine just keeps on spinning right here as Poncho is just finding themselves at 53, still being unable to take the stock off and still being called out for that double jump right there. Only up B left, and that's going to be it.
Wow.
Oh my god.
You didn't need to do all that. It was fine. It was fine.
You won.
Wow.
You won, bro. And speaking of winning, I believe that might be what could be the crew battle right there for St. John's. Pretty dominant showing from Titko right there.
Yep.
12, no, not even 12-1. It's like a lot higher now, I'm pretty sure. That was what? How many stocks was that? 2 stock. That was a 2 stock. So that is going to be an additional 4 points being slapped on the board right there. So it's going to put St. John's up 16-1 to Rider University right now. And Rider does have a chance if they do double 3 stock with both of their players to not only catch up but lap St. John's, but the chance is just so slim at this point. I'm pretty sure that's it for the series right there in terms of who's going to win, but We still got 2 more sets coming up.
Still got 2 more sets. It's really difficult. You got to make up 15 points. So to get 15 points, you got to get 8 points and then 7 points. It's a lot. You got to get a double 3 stock, then you got to get a 3 and a 2 stock at the very, very least. So it's not looking likely at all for Rider University. But you know what? Sometimes it can happen. But you got to work really, really hard for it. So hopefully they got a couple. They got something cooking up that we haven't seen quite yet. But in the meantime, we will be cutting to a quick little break, so stay tuned, gamers. We'll be back in a couple of minutes. Hello, everybody, and we are back. This time around, we got Tendo representing St. John's University going up against TLA from Ryder. Hope everybody has been enjoying the show thus far. Hope you guys have been enjoying the matches. Hope you guys are having a lovely evening. Hope you guys are keeping yourselves hydrated. Sean, where's your water? Take a sip.
One day you're gonna do that, and like it's gonna be like during a giant cast between me and you, and I'm just gonna dump water all over my head as you sit.
Oh jeez. But yeah, right now St. John's got a 16-1 point lead.
Some good
it's
water.
Almost unattainable. That is some good water.
Boy, howdy. That's some nice hydration right there.
So if Ryder at any point drops more than a stock, if they drop 2 stocks, the Radomskis and St. John takes it.
All right, here we go. Though we've got, I believe this is the man, the myth, the legend, TLA versus Tendo. Tendo playing Fox. Honestly, Fox Sonic, not horrible for Fox. You know, Fox is pretty fast, has lots of good, tiny, small, precise hitboxes to really contest Sonic. And the advantage is a Vortex. You know, once this character is Sonic trapped up, there's a lot they can do. But of course,
Fox
it's the classic.
Is so light.
It's a classic of me gassing up one character and then just seeing them absolutely get washed. The first stock of a game.
Yeah, any hit on Fox and he just absolutely blows up. That man is tiny, that man is light, and while Sonic's F Smash is deceptively strong and disjointed, you gotta make sure that your side B spacings are nice and on point. Charging in front of the shield like that is so good because sometimes you can get a shield poke, sometimes you can try to punish to the next option afterwards. There's so much pressure by waiting sometimes.
And one option I think Tendo's criminally ignoring right now is just shooting lasers here and there, you know. Then again, TLA, being a very aggressive Sonic player, I don't think you're going to have too much downtime right there, but it is going to be good for those interim moments where TLA hasn't approached just yet. I already love the Nair usage from Tendo. I think it's going to be the move that establishes Tendo the most openings throughout this entire crew battle.
Yeah, now TLA just has no incentive to approach at all. They're just, you know, charging upside, being down, be on the other side of the stage for a good amount of it because you can play keep away as Sonic, but as Fox, you do have some of the mobility just to be able to keep up and try to get there. And you got to be careful of Sonic's F Smash. That thing will hit you everywhere.
And Tendo not really getting a firm grasp on TLA so far, just been kind of trading, but if, you know, TLA just keeps trading with Tendo without really dropping stocks, just going for tit for tat, TLA is going to end up on top if Tendo doesn't really find some sort of strict momentum soon.
It's hard. How do you even initiate? This is Sonic on PS2. However, I do believe Tendo, if they did react in time, they would have had enough time just to run up and dash attack, run up smash, anything at this point. Now they're looking for those nail up smashes, but TLA is nowhere to be found.
Giving Sonic an early lead sucks too, right? Because then the pacing of the game is completely in his favor, and so it's really when does Sonic want to approach at that point?
Yep.
And sometimes the answer is never. That being said, though, Tendo going to be able to finally manage to wrap up that first stock with that up smash.
Tendo just dash attacking in maybe a little bit too aggressively again. TLA just sat there, planted their feet, dashed back, and found the whiff punish with an F smash. So this is already completely outside of the clutches from St. John's. So how many? Wait, excuse me. Oh no,
Ryder.
It's the complete opposite.
Yeah, this is out of the clutches for Ryder at this point.
Oh no, not at all. No, they can still even it back up. I thought Tendo was representing Ryder than TLA St. John's. My bad.
You think Ryder still can even it back up though? Because even if TLA closes this out with with 5 stocks at the end of this set,
I mean mathematically
that's 7 points. And
mathematically they can even it back up and just force it into like a last game best of 3.
It's
right?
slim though. It's pretty slim. Because remember, that's still, if Tendo does take this game, that's still points that are going to St. John's to further the gap at that point.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And that's it. That's the whole win for St. John's right there. As soon as they take off those 2 stocks from Ryder University, there is nothing they can do to come back.
No worries.
The most they can earn is 15 points.
Still, though, remember that I remind people of this every single week, and I will continue to do so until the end of this season. You know, you're still playing for your points. You know, that's still going to help add up at the end of the season to determine seeding for the playoffs, I believe. So just be, keep trying. Don't give up just because you can still learn so much from these sets. It's a complete best of 3 with representatives of other schools, so players that are relatively within your skill level. There's it'll help you become a better player in the long run. So please do not give up in these formats ever.
Yeah, and TLA, just, you know what, just still holding on to that same kind of patience, not really approaching, not really, doing anything that they don't have to right now. All they need is one good hit. That dash attack is going to set up the 2-edge guard. They back out, they force the ledge trap situation, and they wanted to go for like a go behind back throw, but Tendo footstooled over them.
Ooh, no! Wow! Caught on the drift after the recovery right there. That was so good by TLA. And yeah, TLA finally going to be taking a game, or rather taking the second game in favor of Ryder right there. First game of the set, though. Still a long way to go to get there, but Tendo was mounting a very slight. Was that a 2-frame? No, I don't think that was a 2-frame. That was like
it was just Fox was just that far.
Just caught him.
Yep.
What a split. Sonic been doing his yoga. That was crazy.
Would that have even snapped onto the ledge if that didn't even initiate?
It was a 2-frame.
Wow.
Let's see.
Yeah, it was a 2-frame.
Wow. Very cool. Very good 2-frame right there. Fox, being a character that is susceptible to 2-frames and dares through ledge and all kinds of stuff like that, but really good snap reaction from TLA right there to get that down smash. 2-framing is hard, yo. There's some moves in this game that are super active that do it super easily, but then, smash attack is a pretty big commitment.
Haha, Ness yo go brr.
Yes.
So not a whole lot of thought on our ends to get it.
You taught me something yesterday, by the way, Dar. I was watching back an old set from Brookland where I played a player by the name of Vivi, and you were telling me, you said that Ness Yo-Yo is like active on the charging hitbox for like 90 frames.
Yes.
And you can't hold it for that long, so it's better to release it actually rather than holding the charge at certain points depending on the recovery. Because you still get the hitbox on dragging it back.
Yeah, because in total, I believe in Ultimate, you can charge something for up to 6 seconds, right? Any like smash attack. Well, 40 seconds rather. But because of the charging hitbox, originally it was 3
How do you guys
seconds.
know all this stuff?
And then there's like a big Ness nerf a while ago. I don't. All I do is talk about it.
How do you know about this? Who taught you this? You count?
I sat there and counted them myself.
You crunched the numbers?
I sure do. But yeah, with that being said, they're going to be going into game number 2. TLA did a phenomenal job. They sort of just played keep away. Final Destination is another really good stage for Sonic. Not really sure why Tendo didn't ban this, or why Tendo opted to go through this one.
For real? I think triplats are almost always better for Fox in any metric, right? Because you literally get better punish game because of it. That being said, Tendo maybe just wanted some raw nooch. Wanted to be able to call out every approach that TLA was going to be doing because platforms can make that a little bit more ambiguous sometimes. So either way, though, Tendo was coming alive towards the latter half of game 1. I just think they were put off to a very bad start. But we'll see how they act here. TLA doing a phenomenal job so far, as he always does. TLA is somehow the only aggressive Sonic to do it just omega well. I've never seen a more aggressive Sonic player. Look at how much he's swinging. Look at all those F smashes. He wants to hit.
Oh, but now TLA needs to find a way to be able to make it back from the ledge. And again, the Sonic's just able to cross up so many people's shields so safely. There's so little that you can do about it. Just, you know what? They're playing patiently. They're sitting in shield. There's not a whole lot that Fox can actually do when it comes to pressuring your shield. Sure, he has really good tomahawks, but what's he going to do? Grab you? And then that's it. Nothing else.
All right, though, we do see an edge guard situation put out right here. The phone is ringing, so I'll be muting my mic real quick.
That's okay, Sean. I'll do what I do best, and that is carrying you. I'm just kidding. I'm playing. I'm being nice to you.
You could have just left me with awkward silence there. My bad, guys. My mom's calling me for food. Love your mom. Love your moms, by the way, if they love you and give you food.
Love you, moms. Hit your left smashes. TLA is going to be able to catch that landing. Closes out the stock.
And if you're Tendo, say your prayers because this set could not, go in their favor if they just keep taking these trades. That being said, though, managing to even up finally. You know, Tendo's starting to crack the code just a little bit, but TLA, I feel like, has just been such a monster on catching Tendo on their landings, pushing their advantage. Just doesn't seem like we've been able to see those Fox Vortexes that we're so used to seeing. That just might be the name of the matchup, honestly.
It's just Tendo's not finding those big initial hits. No late hit dash attack, no down airs, no forward airs, no neutral airs, nothing. TLA is the only one that's actually winning those interactions.
Oh, God. Okay, big 2-frame attempt right there. I do like that Tendo opted to go a little bit lower than they should have right there. That was good. I liked all of that, what I saw right there from Tendo. Really good way to just establish damage safely, because Sonic does not have a hitbox on his up B, except for the spring. So he can act out of it with hitboxes, but on the way up, he's pretty vulnerable. So that's your time to hit him.
Yeah, but right now Tendo going to be controlling the stage. There's really not a whole lot that you can do to actually edge guard, but you can sit there, you can wait, you can try to plant your feet. But
God.
Either way, they're just constantly changing position over and over.
All right, though. TLA trying to go for these 2 frames or just counter hits on the Fox recovery. I like it. You should always be trying to hit Fox when he's in Firefox with some sort of disjointed hitbox or something or some such. But Tendo's been doing such a good job of making the recoveries very ambiguous, and TLA hasn't been able to catch on to it, but another F smash. I feel like that just has been sealing TLA so many stocks this set so far.
Absolutely, but what a catch. That time around, just catching TLA, pressing too many buttons out of the corner. This is still anybody's game to take, and shine out of disadvantage. I don't know what game we're in.
Oh, God. All right. I like that Tendo has just been staying within stage and just shielding. I feel like a lot of the time when they've been jumping, they've been getting called out by these spin dashes. But that was a good nair right there. I like, at least, like, you should try to contest Sonic's hitboxes, or at least try to trade with him while he's barreling towards you. You just have to make sure your hitbox is big enough and bad enough to do that.
I don't really know what's going on. I feel like every time Tendo's landing a dash attack, TLA is just able to air dodge past it. So I don't know if they maybe look a little bit too slow on the execution, maybe not waiting enough, because sometimes you can just
gotta bait it.
Next option. Yeah.
Like, if you see an air dodge come out from your opponent, that's a defensive committal. So, and if you're Fox, you are more than privy enough to certain things like that to really whip punish accordingly. You just gotta wait. Sometimes you gotta mix up the timing on your punish. It's not always a true consecutive punish. Sometimes you just have to wait for the defensive follow-ups.
TLA with those homing attacks is so big, but setting up into an edge guard, this is looking really good for TLA as Fox side B doesn't even go to the ledge. It just went into Sonic.
I feel like Tendo got stuck there after the shine. They were like, oh man, how am I going to do this? He's committing to this charge right here. Tried to up B maybe to ledge to get past. I feel like they could have just waited after that shine to like up B or something like that. Or if they had double jump, they could have used it right there. I feel like that wasn't the end of Tendo right there, but TLA gonna be taking that pretty handedly. That was a lot closer though that time for Tendo.
Oh, for sure. So they're going to be getting a couple of points to their name, and we will now be transitioning into our final match for these two schools. But yeah, really, the biggest thing when it comes to Fox is like knowing your opening, and it's, hey, that's Fox off stage. That's Fox having to come back onto the stage. That's Fox, you know, really predictable and exploitable timings, especially on both side B and up B. You know when they are going to connect. You know when they're going to snap onto the ledge. Fox, even though he does have recovery mix, a lot of it is telegraphed, predictable, and punishable. But with that being said, we're going to quickly cut to a little tiny break as we do wait for the next two opponents. So stay tuned. Hello gamers, and we are back with a final match of these two schools. We got EJJ representing St. John's going up against the one, the only, Fiery Dark Blood representing Rider University. So Devin, you know what you gotta do for Fiery Dark Blood. You know what tag you
Gotta add
put
the
in.
X's.
Gotta add the X's, absolutely.
All right, we're moving into it here. Min Min versus Joker, a DLC matchup for the ages, and EJJ gonna be playing Min Min. I know EJJ is a DLC player through and through. I remember back in 4 they played Bayo. Now I believe they play Sephiroth and Min Min, or just whatever DLC character they decide to play.
Sean, you said this is a DLC match for the ages, but that's actually you thinking of Pyramithra. Anyways,
What?
this is a pretty good matchup. I feel like for Joker, just by virtue of just having so much mobility, you can really find a lot of jump-ins on Min Min, and having a tethered recovery is always really, really nice, so that you can wait out a bunch of really big hitboxes, and just like that, with one edge guard, Fiery Dark Blood gets the stock.
That's what you gotta do against Min Min. You know, you gotta. Another thing that makes this matchup so scary for Min Min is guns. Joker guns are really, really good at knocking Min Min out of her recovery and stealing jumps. So if Fiery, and also that Rebel's Guard too. If you can catch some of Min Min's smash attacks, those are big hits. That being said, though, gonna get picked off the side right there by EJJ.
I'm just like a little shove. It's like whoop.
Yeah, just a little boop.
Get back over there. Get out of here.
Get off my
on
stage.
skis.
Oh, is it? Is it Edge?
Our producer was trying to convince us to pronounce
He's trolling
EJJ's
me.
tag as Edge.
I feel like I'm being trolled.
We thought he was being serious for a second, but you know what? I do like the idea of Edge going up against Fiery Dark Blood. But either way, both of them having to make it back onto the stage. Fiery actually ends up backing up with the goal, gave back a little bit too much stage, and now EJJ, once again, just able to do Min Min things. Backing up, swinging, finding that massive pivot grab. Is this going to be the edge guard?
And we've seen this matchup at its highest levels too. We've literally seen MKLeo versus Dabuz. And basically how MKLeo was able to dismantle Dabuz was Arsene guns off stage. You know, getting those offstage interactions where Min Min is caught whiffing, which can happen. Joker, I feel like, has the ground speed to really keep up with Min Min and Whiff Punisher for a lot of her overcommittal smash attacks. You know, she is a very lethal character in the right hands, but Joker's got that DLC oomph to really keep up with her.
Just piling on this pressure, no double jump. That was so aggressive. I like that down tilt as maybe like a bit of a getaway option, but Fiery Dark Blood, more than enough mobility to track that down, finds a down air. Now it's once again completely evens.
Yeah, pretty even right here. And we're seeing these roll-ins from Fiery Dark Blood, and every single time EJJ has been, you do not want to be rolling in against Min Min especially. She's just able to punish super adequately like that. That is going to be the first game going to EJJ right there, though. All Min Min needs is one opening. This character's that scary.
She's so scary. Comes to edge guarding, comes to stage control. That is a menacing tool, especially in the hands of such a proficient player like EJJ. Granted, I do want to give Fiery Dark Blood some credit. They did play the matchup correctly in the sense that they were going through the right edge guards, and they knew that Min Min doesn't have a lot of recovery mix. She kind of has to go up from the same position.
That was huge right there from EJJ. Just really good play. I feel like Fiery Dark Blood got caught overcommitting in a lot of scenarios. We were seeing that Rebel's Guard right there. We were seeing these rolls in. You just have to be confident in your neutral. You know, rolling in is not always the best movement tool to really establish openings. It's actually a pretty low level way to establish, unless your character has like an immaculate speed in terms of their roll. And Joker, roll, not really his strongest movement tool. It's mostly short hops and then dashing back and forth. You know, it's really good for him.
The biggest thing is you just got to play away. You got to play long distance enough to the point that you know, like, hey, this is where Min Min can actually cover me, and this is where she can't. And when you have, as good of a jump as Joker does, you jump in from there. You see that, you see one of the fists come out. You see one of the arms come out. You still got to be cognizant of the second one, ready to cover all of that whiffed space. As soon as you see both of them out, that's when you know your opening is. That's when you can run up and grab Min Min, or just really hit her for anything. And just do Joker things. But I just feel like the only part of the game that Blood was able to play in was when they got those edge guards. But maybe the combos were like always there.
Either way. Oh, are they getting right in? No, they're getting. My bad. I thought the set was over for some reason. I'm already losing my mind. It's only the first series of the day. But we are hopping into this game too. I'm curious to see. Okay, what? Huh? What? Why? Okay. We had Kirby and Rob coming out. Don't know why either of them switched. I mean, Rob is still really good, but from Joker to Kirby?
You know what?
Right here.
You know what? This is fine. This is
so
Gob.
confused.
It's
I'm
Gob
perplexed.
Kirby. You know, EJJ just has like such a lead in this matchup comparatively to the last time we got, but finally Dark Blood with these big follow-ups. Listen, this set's already over, so you just, you know, maybe you just want to go for the comfy pick.
Maybe some fun.
Yeah.
Maybe this is Fiery Dark Blood's original main. I really think it's funny that someone whose tag is Fiery Dark Blood is a Kirby player. I think that's absolutely hilarious.
But Gob down there doing what it does best, just covering so much space, so active, so disjointed, just easy to spike with. And now EJJ trying to put on the down tilt pressure, but Fiery Dark Blood does mash out of there successfully.
We see Fire Dark Blood tried to catch Gyro with low nair there. That Gyro's sometimes really hard to catch, especially if the hitbox is still pretty active on it. Though I feel like Rob just has a significant advantage right here. I mean, it's Kirby. Like, you have more than enough zoning tools and disjoints to really keep out of Kirby's range, and more than enough punish game off stage as well. So this is gonna be tough for Fiery Dark Blood, but I've seen crazy stuff happen.
They're just sitting there, they're planting their feet, they're waiting for Fiery Dark Blood to whiff, they press any button that they really shouldn't, and this is how you gotta play Kirby, play against Kirby rather, because that little puffball doesn't have too many approach options.
All right, though, big opportunity here for Fiery Dark Blood. What?
What?
Huh? Pardon? All right. I'll give it to you, Fiery Dark Blood. You got it.
Going for the F smash, but not going to be able to find it quite yet. Just backing up a little teeny tiny bit. Oh, goodness. Oh, boy.
They done messed around and gave Kirby a zoning tool. Oh, my God. Whoa!
What is happening with this game?
Oh, it's so cute. These little
At the
beat
19
noise.
damage and down tilt. Actually going to be sending Fiery Dark Blood into tumble. They missed the tech and then got down smashed. That would have covered like a tech roll in and a tech in place. That was tragic.
Kirby with the Rob hat is so cute.
Look at that little
Like,
guy.
the little beep noises, like, pretending to be a robot. Adorable. Either way, though, EJJ kind of struggling a little bit right now. Like, can't really box up close with Fiery Dark Blood. I just feel like the punish game isn't there. For a character like Rob has some amazing boxing tools, amazing zoning tools, and some phenomenal punish game. There's a reason why this character is #1 in terms of results right now in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. That is a real fact.
You gotta be really careful though about how you're treating Kirby's shield. That side B that time around super aggressive. Kirby's noises are so funny. I can't stop.
And with this is probably one of the better Kirby hats to have as well, because Kirby now has a pretty like full screen zoning tool. Kirby now isn't really forced to approach, and the hat doesn't go away until Kirby taunts or it's beaten out of him. So this is looking better and better.
You're gonna be able to do it. Not quite. Rob just being so heavy, but that laser definitely will. Fiery Dark Blood gonna be taking it to a game 3.
EJJ prolonging the set, I feel like, with this character swap. You were good on Min Min. Min Min would probably absolutely trash Kirby, but instead you went to Rob, who, you know, got copy ability, and Fiery Dark Blood's Kirby not looking bad. Not looking bad in the slightest. Knew what to respect in terms of Rob buttons right there. It was so smart.
Oh, this game was so silly.
This is a silly game.
This is a really funny game. I'm gonna give you a stack with you. It's difficult to focus when you got Kirby on the screen going beep.
Oh, beep. Wow, that up smash was unfortunate. That was actually really unfortunate for EJJ right there.
But then I do feel like that up air was a bit of a misplay, because when you do see a Kirby just kind of jumping in place like that, they only want one thing.
You know what he wants. You just
They
gotta
want
wait for him to land. He has very bad airspeed. You just have to wait till he's on that last jump. Because that up B, that down B does have startup.
They want you to jump and whip something in their faces, because you know that they have that down B ready, they have it on deck, they know that it'll be able to, you know, just kill you at such an early percent. So you gotta be cognizant of that. I don't think that's a switch that EJJ was anticipating at all.
Oh yeah,
So
that was something. Did you
Indeed.
dye your hair? Is that just the no? It's just the coloring on your camera.
Oh no. Oh goodness, it's doing the thing again. Ah.
I do
jeez.
think, unironically, purple would be a good color for you to go to next if you were deciding another color.
I couldn't.
You couldn't?
I absolutely could not. Only good in black, Sean.
Purple's
Only good in
cool,
black
dude.
for me. Purple is cool.
Isn't
but-
Gengar your favorite Pokemon? You
Yes.
you could easily justify it with that. It wouldn't be outside of your brand.
Maybe. We'll see.
All
But
right, bro. Just a
seems
suggestion.
and in the captain's channel, one of the people from SHU just commented beep.
Beep. Beep.
So they'll be going to Final Destination. I feel like that's a pretty good Kirby stage, honestly. You know? Alright, Sean, what do you think? Okay, well, wait, I don't think the PS2 is actually intentional.
Monkey.
Huh.
Why? What stage did they mean to go to?
They meant to go to Final Destination, but then I guess at this point they just don't.
They're just
wanna.
letting it rock, I guess. I mean, the set is over. Like, I mean, the series is over. You're only just really playing for points right here. EJJ switching to Monkey, which definitely a good character swap. I just feel like EJJ is just playing around right now.
Any of these characters would be good against Kirby. At this
Oh, yeah.
point, it's just EJJ kind of getting a little bit outplayed. You know, because Fiery Dark Blood got through damage. They're able to find a lot of ins.
True.
And look at this patience just waiting out all those side Bs.
You have to remember though, bleeding points, like it's the point. Your points still matter. Like even though you're winning, like it's. I think it all adds up. It's all cumulative. I don't know how much points you get for winning a certain series, but I'm pretty sure all the points matter at the end of the season. So
Yep.
you still want to win. You don't want to. You don't want to sandbag just because you're up a little.
Absolutely. But
Either way,
right
though.
now, Fiery Dark Blood just looking for any way that they can get in at this point. EJJ is just having the time of their life. Side being around, being able to throw bananas all over the place. They have Up B on deck once again. But then miss angle again.
I love just seeing Diddy fly like Mach 5 into the stage and just exploding like some sort of mad scientist who just invented like a horrible jetpack. It doesn't work.
Giving Kirby a little bit of potassium, but that potassium's not going to be enough to protect them from that up smash. EJJ evening up those stocks.
Oh yeah. Ooh, okay. And yeah, Diddy having probably some of the most solid combo game. You know, he's got a lot of links falling there into imagination. You can do dash attack in a fair. He's got the roll combos off his moves, so you're going to be seeing consistent damage done from EJJ, including the banana throws too.
Just dashing back and forth, both of them. Like, nobody like really finding any big hits quite yet. They're both just opting to play this one really patiently.
Oh yeah. And I can see why for Fiery Dark Blood and EJJ, you have to have a certain amount of patience to play Diddy as well. You know, it's more of a, as soon as that banana comes into play, it's more of a game of chicken to see who's going to allow themselves to get whiff punished first or who's going to throw first at that time. And EJJ, though, Fiery Dark Blood has just been able to find these hits, you know. The benefit for Kirby is that Kirby gets to scrap up close with a lot of characters in this game. And Diddy's definitely a fighter that has to scrap up close in certain instances.
Gets the up B, gonna be looking for a way to catch that landing, but goes for that neutral B, which I actually really love the idea of. I do feel like that down tilt could have been like a dash up smash.
He's got a gun.
He has a little cap on.
A little cap on, too.
He's so cute. I love Kirby.
They should have given him a little tail, too. Oh! Oh! Oh, no!
Oh, jeez.
Really full committed to that. This is a wacky set. It's funny though.
EJJ having a bit of a lead for themselves, but actually punishing that neutral B there, because even though Kirby does heal a little bit from it, he is stuck in a considerable amount of end lag. Catching the side B on the banana trip. Yeah, this is looking like EJJ's game right now.
Do you know if the peel of a banana is edible?
Like, are you asking me, like, as a
Yes. You're a culinary genius. You should know these.
Oh my goodness. That's...
Not even gonna acknowledge that game didn't exist in my eyes.
Yes, you can. It can be
My
used
brain
as
has
like
been
a vegan...
erased. I've been hit with the.
Sean, you want to know about banana peels? Let me tell you.
Yeah.
You can use it as like a vegan substitute for pulled pork sometimes. If you like get like the bottom like white layer off of it, that's the pith and like really really bitter.
Yeah.
You can like cook it down and shred it like pulled pork.
Oh, does it taste like pulled pork?
With enough barbecue sauce, anything will taste
Oh,
like
it's
pulled
true.
pork.
You're right.
But you know what? That's not the only thing that has sauce, as EJJ gonna be closing it out for St. John's University.
Gave him the slap, the backhand, the strongest backhand in the jungle. Well, I'm sure DK has that, but either way, what was this? Why? Why did you do that? Either way, St. John's going to be taking it 21-6 right here. I do not know if we are going over to an interview. We are, so we'll see you guys shortly with whoever St. John's decides to send in for this interview.
Hello gamers, and we are back. This time around we got Playmaker representing St. John's University. How are you doing today, friend?
Just getting a phone call.
Little technical issue there. We're all good now. How you guys doing? Thanks for having me on.
Hey, you're doing good.
We're
Thank you so
chilling.
much.
We're hanging out. How do you guys feel after that kind of a win today?
Honestly, we felt really good about it. We've had a lot of close calls within the past few games of the season. So getting to actually like show our stuff this time around was really satisfying for a lot of us. It feels really good right now.
You guys have some depth to your roster too. I know you guys also have Jay Grunt and Mr. L, two people who do exceptionally well within New York. One of which being actually power ranked, I believe, this season in New York. So you guys showing that you don't need those guys. You don't need them. You can still come out on top. That's crazy.
Yes, that's exactly what we hoped to do today, and I'm glad we were able to pull it off. Yep.
Hell yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I feel like also especially when Titco came out to play, right? When we saw like Cloud Pikachu, and I was like, damn, that's
I was like, is that Mr. L?
Is that Mr. L? No. But then just
Gary appreciates that comment a lot. Yeah.
I'm glad that was
good.
the attention.
He was.
I got one question for you guys off the bat. Speaking of those close calls, how do you guys feel? Because we're pretty deep now. We're in week 5. You know, you've had a chance to really sample your pick in terms of playing against a bunch of schools. How do you guys feel like your season is going overall? Do you think you guys could be doing a little bit better? Do you think you're getting lucky? Do you think you're just powering your way through every week? How do you think it's going so far?
I think we're definitely powering our way through. I feel like every game is just us getting closer to where we want to be for the season. I think there's always room for improvement no matter who we're fighting against, what the situation is, or, you know, like how we're feeling about certain matchups. But we're definitely, after today for sure, we're definitely feeling better about what we're doing and how we're doing it. And we're hopefully going to take that momentum into the next few games for the rest of us.
Tight.
So I want to ask, what do you think like really distinguishes you guys? And what do you think like really puts you guys above the other schools this season?
I think Thitka mentioned it last time we had an interview. It's just the fact that like we're all like pretty close, you know, like we're really good friends. We hang out a lot of the time. Like we'll just like play friendly, just like on a given day at a given time, and we're always just like talking to each other, having fun. Like we're always cheering each other on when the matches are happening on stream and everything. Like it's just like a very like cool and friendly atmosphere, and we know the support is there, so it just pushes us to do better and to be better, you know.
And what's like the biggest challenge for you guys right now that you feel like is like stopping you for maybe some of your previous weeks, or maybe like a challenge that you still like have ahead of you, and what are you guys like doing to overcome that?
Well, the Wi-Fi, like the aspect of it is it's definitely really hard for us because like yeah, exactly. It's been super tough because, you know, when we finally got back onto campus, like we were so into just playing offline, and we've been grinding that for a long time. We have weeklies here on campus every week, so you know we dived headfirst into it, and then coming back to EGF, it's like you have to turn your brain back onto Wi-Fi. So like within the past few weeks, especially given how hard things have been, like for the other matches that we've played before, like we've been playing more online just to sort of get back into it and get ourselves back to like how we want to play offline into online. So yeah, that's what we're trying to do, and it seems to be working right now.
Yeah, that's awesome. I definitely have a big soft spot for St. John's. I've got, you know, Jay Grunt and Mr. L are two really good friends of mine. I've got family there. I've had friends that have gone there. And it's really close to us as well, because we are both New York casters as well. So we're big time rooting for you guys to one time it for the one time right there. Dara, do you have any more questions you want to ask?
I think that's gonna be it for me. Just want to ask, like, hey, do you have anybody you want to shout out? Anything you want to say? Well, you do have a second. Anything that you want to plug?
I mainly just want to shout out my team, our coach Thitka, for always having faith in us and pushing us to be our best. Everyone who's supporting us, even here who's not on the team, just like people who we see at weeklies all the time, just like everyone who's just like throwing their support at us. It's been really helpful, especially because like, you know, this is my debut like in EGF, so getting to finally play and get my first win and have that set the momentum for the rest of the league is like feels really good for me.
It should put you in more. I feel like you hit really nice CSS. So
thank you, I appreciate it. Yeah. That feels really good coming from
I was a fan. Either way, guys, best of luck for the rest of the season. I know you guys are going to kill it. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Make sure I know midterms were probably tough. I know they're still throwing midterms at you guys, even though it's already November.
Try to relate to college students.
I was a college student not that long ago. You're acting like I'm
I actually do have a midterm coming up this week, so
I told you. I literally just talked to my cousin who goes to St. John's like 2 days ago, and she's like, "Yeah, they're still giving us midterms," and I'm like,
"Yeah, that's just how it is." Yeah.
Why? Why are they doing
that? I don't know.
Either way, yo, have a great rest of your day, guys. Best of luck. We'll see you guys back at it next week.
Thank you. You too.
And yeah, and with that being said, oh goodness, wait, go back up. Wait, we gotta close it out. Sean, you jumped the gun on it. You went a little bit too quickly. Gamers, we're gonna be going into our next two schools. We got George Washington up against Siena, so we'll see you guys in just a couple of minutes. Wow.